Hi guys, welcome to the next episode of the AK Operators Union. Paul is back, awesome. And Paul, you brought with you something very special. This is the Norinco SKS. So it's not the AK, don't freak out people, but there are some similarities between the AK rifles and the SKS rifles. Of course, that one runs on 7.62 by 39, just like AK. Unfortunately, with this SKS, not the AK, with this SKS, you have fixed 10 rounds magazines. There were some models with detachable AK magazines, so if you got them, guys, it's a great score. But your regular SKS will have basically fixed magazine, and you are loading either from the top or you will be loading from the cartridge like this and pushing down that strip and loading the rounds, which is, you can do it fast, but you know, you need to use some muscle on it. But regardless of that, the 10 rounds capacity magazine. Some other things which are very similar to the AK is, if you are familiar with the rear sights on the AK, you will be familiar with the rear sights on this rifle. Also the hooded front post and the adjustments are exactly the same. When you are zeroing the rifle, you will zero it exactly the same way as you are zeroing AK in a 7.62 by 39. Now, Paul, recently, of course, the prices for the AK, they skyrocketed to the top. How is the situation with SKS?
Well, this is a Norinco SKS, so we're not getting these anymore.
Yeah, there are, of course, the same import bans as for the AKs, they apply for the SKSs. So the Norinco is banned from importation. That was, I think, mid-90s, when, if my memory serves well, was President Clinton who put the ban on the Chinese imports. But yes, that one is banned from the import. There are Russian SKSs available too, the Tula, I see, but they're selling for like $900 and more on the Gunbroker. The one thing about the Gunbroker, guys, it's a wide range of prices. I have seen them, like we're talking about the mid-May 2018. Starting from $200 all the way past $1,000. What I would advise anyone who's buying the SKS, if you have a chance to check it out in person and see how the bore of the barrel is looking like, because I have seen some SKSs and the bore was absolutely destroyed. The people were using in the past, you have to remember, a lot of corrosive ammo. They were lazy, they were not cleaning those bores at all. So I would strongly advise, they are beautiful rifles, but very often I have seen SKS rifle with the nice furniture, the stock, everything was preserved. And then you take the bore scope and you look inside and it's like, you know, the wild party going on with the corrosion, erosion and everything. So that's the side note. But Paul, how much? Yours were like $450, if I remember. So that was a great steal, great score. You do not have a bayonet.
Yeah, that's why it was so cheap.
You don't have a bayonet. You have to, guys, also look for those. You can get them. Sometimes people are, for some reason, they're taking them away and they sell them as the parts kit. So you can grab it and maybe, you know, add it if you will be looking for it. But try to buy the complete piece because, like as Paul pointed out, everything is serialized. On at least on your example, the bolt, the receiver, the stock, even the trigger guard, everything has the serial number. So you want to keep everything in one piece. Paul, could you take it apart? As you can see, the bolt is completely different from the AK. It's not even close from the design. You still have the rivet on the back, but that rivet is, like you remember, for removing the gas tube, you got the front rivet, but that one, the SKS got the front rivet too, but it's different and it's only for the gas tube. When here on the AK, we got basically a push button and you are removing the dust cover. But this reminds me, the similar design is on the SVD. They kept that you know, rivet for removing the top of the of the guard, which is interesting. But the different trigger setup as well, that works, that is set up differently. And then of course the chamber, and here that's how the bolt is interacting with the chamber is different from that bolt on the AK. But it's extremely simple. It's extremely simple to disassemble. As you guys can see, not that many parts still. And this rifle was basically, if my memory serves well, this was the second rifle using the 7.62 by 39. The first one was RPD. So the SKS was second, and then the AK came as the third one. Even guys, even after the AK entered the service, you have to remember that these were used for decades. These were used for decades in the Russian service, but also across the militaries across the world. It was extremely popular export rifle, and in Vietnam especially, a lot of people think that the AK was on the battlefield very popular rifle, but in reality SKS was much more frequently seen than the AK at that time. So people have this misconception that the AK was dominating the Vietnam jungles, but it was in reality it was SKS.
It's super light.
It's super light for the jungle warfare. It was probably a nice rifle. It could be a little bit shorter to move around, but for like close ambushes and everything, it's absolutely a fantastic rifle, because it delivers that heavy cartridge, which in jungle works on the short distances, works very, very well. You can still take it, like we were shooting today, way past 100 yards, and we're having fun from the different positions and everything. It is, some people, the SKS is more accurate than AK. I don't see that. Maybe it is because you guys feel more natural when welding this rifle, because it's like a regular rifle compared to the AK, which has a little bit different shape, but I would say they have about the same accuracy. You can, like we know there are some people who doing a magic work on the barrels, they accurate them and things like this, so you can squeeze out some really good accuracy from SKS, but you can do the same from the AK if you will push it. So overall, Paul, I'm extremely jealous of that Norinco. It's a great score, and taking into account what's happening on the AK market, I'm not blaming a lot of people. It's jumping on SKSs trying to keep the hobby alive, and keep having fun. But as I said, if I can recommend something, I would strongly recommend to use the bore scope and check the bore, because I know that for sure. There were, a lot of people who, when those SKSs were extremely cheap and they were shooting that cheap surplus corrosive ammo, nobody was giving a shit. And now we have to deal with consequences of it.
I got pretty lucky with this one. You can still see some of the Cosmoline.
Oh yeah.
It
was not shot very often.
No, the guy I got it from, when he bought it, he never shot a round through it.
There you go.
So it was still preserved pretty well.
And you can see how this rifle groups and everything. It's very cool. Great score. All right, guys, special episode. We got the Paul and the SKS. What are the odds? Thank you for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for being with us. Not bad.